all, my name is Reggie, and today I'll be sharing my experience of meeting the author Rick Yancey at his last Star signing tour with you guys. And I might have a little giveaway, which was not planned, but we'll discuss that. So within the last 6 months or so, I'd say, I have discovered a bookstore about 2 hours away from me that does a lot of really great signings. And since then, I have gone to a Marissa Meyer signing as well as a Maggie Stiefvater signing. And they were both great experiences. I have videos on both of those, so I will link them in the eye, and I will also link them in the description bar down below in case you're interested in hearing what those experiences were like. But this experience was very different than both of those. First of all, because Rick Yancey is a man, and a middle-aged man, and Maggie Stiefvater and Marissa Meyer are females that are a little bit younger. So going into this, I knew it was going to be a very different experience, but I was also very excited because out of all of these series and the authors I've gone to, The Fifth Wave is the one I've been devoted to the longest. I read this book in 2014, I believe. It was less than a year after it came out, I believe, and I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite books of the year, and I'm just really invested in this series, and I have not yet read The Last Star, so please no spoilers. But I was really excited about going to this signing. I was also a little nervous because I knew it was going to be different than any of the other signings I had gone to. And it was different, but in such a wonderful way. My perception was most definitely skewed because in my mind I was like, oh yeah, Rick Yancey, this is my favorite book of the bunch. This is going to be a huge signing. This is going to be massive. Marissa Meyer's signing was big. Maggie Stiefvater's signing was big. This is probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Nope, this was definitely the smallest and most intimate of the bunch that I've been to, which I actually absolutely adored. There were some chairs in front of a little fireplace. I have some pictures, so I'll put them on the screen throughout this video. It was just a very intimate affair. I was standing behind the chair, so I was standing up during the event, but it was really nice and really intimate, and Rick Yancey could see everyone, and everyone could see him, and it was just like it was a good amount of people there. But like, Marissa Meyer had like 400 people there, and Maggie Stiefvater had like 300 people there. They were insanely large amounts of people at those two signings compared to Rick Yancey's signing, which was probably a standard signing size. Rick Yancey was just so kind and humble and silly, and like, he talked about his wife and how great and supportive she is. He also spoke very candidly about the Fifth Wave movie. He was very honest. I would say his opinions align with a lot of our opinions. He basically was of the impression of, why would you have Cassie go to a party? She is more the kind of girl who would sit home and read. He said he submitted his suggestions to the script when they showed it to him, and they did not take any of his suggestions. We also got some insight into Rick Yancey's writing process. He talked about how he tried to kill Ben Parrish off multiple times throughout the series, multiple times in both books, and I thought that was hilarious. He said his editor was a huge Ben Parrish fan and was like, no, you can't kill him off, he's Ben Parrish, you can't do that. So that was really entertaining. Rick Yancey, I also loved that he did not have a structured talk. In both of the events I've been to previously, there was definitely like a speech. Marissa Meyer's was very rehearsed. Maggie Stiefvater's was a lot more flowing and freeform, but you know she was working off a script. I would say she had more like a bullet point list, and Marissa Meyer was like working off a real script there. But Rick Yancey was just kind of candidly like, hey guys, who's here? Who read the books? Who's watched the movie? Who liked the movie? Who didn't? Let's talk. And then very quickly after all of that, he went straight into a Q&A, which lasted a good long time. A majority of his fans there were asking about writing, so it was really interesting to see his writing process. And while every bookish event I've ever been to, the author has answered questions about writing, I've never been as inspired to write as I was after going to his event. So I think that says something to the way he answers questions and the way he writes and his fan base, but also just to the way he talks about his writing and the passion he has for it. I thought it was such a great and candid talk. In his Q&A as well, he did talk about the reasoning behind setting the Fifth Wave in Cincinnati, because this signing was in Cincinnati, so that was one of the questions, is why did you get that idea and where did it come from? So it was actually really exciting to be having the signing in a place where the books kind of take place. And he talked about his Midwest vibes he gets from Cincinnati and the reasoning behind putting it inland, because of course the waves, and also because he needed somewhere close enough to a military base for the story he was planning. And it was just really interesting to see his process. He's like, basically I just started Googling to find the right base, but then once I stuck on this one, I started thinking about the Midwest vibes that I get from Cincinnati, and like, oh, this is actually perfect for what I want. The cafe at this bookstore really gets into the bookish events and makes a drink for all the signings. So for like the Marissa Meyer signing, there was a either food item or drink based on all of the girls. For the Raven Cycle signing, there was a Gansey drink which had mint and mocha in it. And then for this event, there was what they called the Rick Yancey. So we had a Rick Yancey Buckeye drink, which basically was chocolate, peanut butter, deliciousness, and lots of espresso and lots of chocolate. They made him a drink and he absolutely loved it and highly recommended it, and also was really excited because this was the first time a drink had been named after him, which is kind of like a bucket list item for me now. That'd be really cool. So there was one moment out of the whole day that was not great. Rick Yancey was talking. He was saying, you know, we won't give any spoilers, but basically 3 people do die in the last star, and I was upset. I was like, hello, that is a spoiler. So I was sitting there in my little back corner, shaking my head like I told you before, Rick Yancey can see all of us. And he spots me and says, do not shake your head at me. This is an apocalyptic world. People are going to die. And I was mortified. And I did explain what my thought process was when we got up and talked, which I will get into in a little bit. Like I said, it was a smaller, intimate affair, so there wasn't a huge line. I was in about, I'd say, the last like half of it. We got opportunities to take pictures with Rick Yancey. I have a really cute candid one that I absolutely adore, as well as a nice smiling picture, which is nice. I'm a real big fan of the candid one though, when we're just chatting. And the first thing that happened is I walked up and I was like, oh, silver Sharpies, because if you don't know, the page that these books would be signed on is black in all of them. So I was wondering, like, is he gonna sign on a different page? He probably has silver Sharpies. I'm sure he does. I don't know though. He did. He had a nice little bucket of silver Sharpies. First thing I said to him was like, yes, silver Sharpies. And then we talked. He talked about my name. He asked about its origin because it's a very unique kind of different name. So we talked, and I explained why I shook my head. I was like, you know, it just felt a little spoilery to me. I wasn't even shaking my head at that people die. You are so right. Apocalyptic world. I expect it. Also, in the books that I love, I kind of expect people to die. It makes it more impactful. And he was like, yes, that's so it. And we talked about ways that authors can make works impactful in different ways. And it was just a really great chat. It was so great. Since this was such an intimate affair, it was really easy to get him to personalize all of the books. In previous book signings I've been to, it's been hard or impossible to get all of the books signed and personalized. And I've had to have Manny stand in line so all of my books could get signed. In the signing, I walked up to him with 4 books and got them all signed, 3 of them personalized. It was easy peasy. So I have the 5th Wave, that beautiful silver Sharpie, personalized. Infinite Sea, beautiful, personalized. And the Last Star, beautiful, personalized silver Sharpie. It's so great. But Reggie, you said you went up with 4 books to get signed. I did. Originally, I had no intention of doing a giveaway for this event. I've been to a couple of book signings before and I've gotten signed books for you guys. I actually didn't have intentions of doing that this time, but then my last signing didn't work out, so I didn't actually give away a book the last signing I went to, and I thought to even the playing field, I would try to give away a signed Last Star. So I do have a signed copy of the Last Star to give away today. I was actually going to hold on to this book until I hit 500 subscribers and give it away then. At the time I went to this, I had 400 and something, like 410. I have since surpassed 500, which is astounding, and I wanted to say thank you so much. So this giveaway is going up quite a bit earlier than I anticipated. The rules for this are simple. First of all, you have to be subscribed to my channel. This is a thank you for my subscribers. There will also be ways to gain other entries, such as following me on Twitter, etc., etc. This will be a standard Rafflecopter, which I will have linked in the description bar below. The simple rules beyond being subscribed are standard YouTube rules: be 18 years or older or have your parents' permission, because I will need your address to send this to you. This is going to be international, so go ahead and enter if you are from anywhere. Basically, if I can ship to you, I will. This is probably going to be my last giveaway for a while, also probably my last book signing for a while, so I thought, let's go out on a high note. Anyone can enter. Any more specifics or rules that I need will be listed in the description bar below. This giveaway will probably be open for about 2 weeks, but I don't know when this video will go up, so I will put the day the giveaway closes on the screen for you guys so that you know how long you have to enter. And I guess that's all for today. So I wanted to say thank you guys for 500 subscribers and for joining me in the BookTube experience. I like to give books away when I go to signings because not all of you can go to signings. I know I didn't have the opportunity to go to signings before. I know meeting the author is the fun and exciting part, but having a signed book by them is still really cool. I also would never have discovered a lot of these books or these signings or these authors without BookTube. When I get to have one of these really cool experiences, I really want to share it with you guys, and this is the best way to share it with you, is to tell my experience and give away a book. This is not always going to be the case, even though I've gone to 3 signings and given away 3 things. That's not always going to be the case. It just has worked out for me financially these last few times. So if there's not giveaways when I go to signings in the future, don't be surprised or upset. And I guess that is all for today. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and you should also subscribe if you haven't already, especially since you have to be subscribed to enter the giveaway. And that is all for today. So I guess I will see you in my next video. Bye!